Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement after a nice week of work behind us and a nice weekend to enjoy in front of us. It's time to read some more Rings of Dust for you guys. So this is the second part of chapter 11. We'll wrap this up and then see if we should start another one for 12 or maybe jump into that. All right. No, I've definitely got enough for one right here. All right. And far away on the Golden Dawn, Officer Taylor sat at his post in the hour after the ship's night cycle began and the crew had dispersed to their quarters. The bridge ran on standby lighting at this hour. Blue, white strips along the floor, the console screens, the only real illumination. The hum of the ship was louder in the quiet, or seemed louder, or Taylor had stopped having anyone to talk over it. The screens blinked back at him, steady and green, the diagnostics returning exactly what they should return. He was not watching the diagnostics. He was watching the corridor feed, specifically the 40-second segment of footage from the cargo bay passage that he had reviewed 11 times in the past 6 hours. It was unremarkable footage. Cole entering, Cole checking container seals, Cole leaving. The timestamp showed 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the cargo bay. Cole's average container inspection ran 90 seconds. Taylor had reviewed the audio logs. The bay acoustic sensors had registered ambient ship noises only, no voice activity, no smart comm signal. Whatever Cole had or hadn't heard was unconfirmed. That was the problem. Unconfirmed. Iris, Taylor said quietly, a frequency below what the corridor mics were calibrated to pick up from that angle. Behavioral summary. Cole Nova, last 18 hours. Iris responded at the same low register. No significant deviations from established routine. Interaction patterns with crew chief Taylor down 12% from 7-day average. Cargo bay visit duration elevated by 162%. Cross-reference any change in Nova's communication frequency with crew members following the cargo bay visit. A half-second pause. Interaction with Sam increased 31% in the 4-hour window following. Duration 11 minutes. No smart comm signal detected during the interaction. Taylor looked at the corridor feed. Cole's route from the cargo bay to the forward maintenance alcove was a 3-minute walk. The maintenance alcove was Sam's habitual workspace. 11 minutes was long enough for a routine check-in. He pulled the alcove camera feed, standard resolution, partial occlusion from the ventilation housing. Sam at the diagnostic panel. Cole at the threshold. Body language. Nothing transferred between them that the camera could resolve. Nothing that the camera could resolve. He pulled the acoustic log for the same window. Iris, acoustic record, maintenance alcove forward section, 11-minute window, Sam's interaction. Iris played it back. What came back was rain. The sound of it was specific and complete, not static, not compression artifacts, not the digital smear of a corrupted file. Rain. The kind that arrives in sheets and fills a room with its own frequency, all beneath it a low certain something that might have been thunder. Taylor sat very still. Iris confirmed log source. Maintenance alcove, acoustic sensor feed, forward section, log authenticated. He looked at the screen. The timestamps matched the camera footage. The log was legitimate. What was in it was not alcove ambient. The device did not jam the audio. It replaced it, filled 11 minutes of recording with something that would read on first pass as interference, not active suppression. Designed to look like a corrupted file, designed to not trigger any anomaly flag. Taylor closed the feed and sat with his hands on the console. He was not panicking. He was assessing. The Iris architecture was intact. Communication relay was functioning on the band Alpha controlled. But the man with a suspicion now had a professional running interference for him. A man with a a man with a suspicion was manageable. A man with a professional was a different problem. He needed to know precisely what Cole had heard in the cargo bay. He needed to know before Saturn. Aboard the Meridian, Katie had a signal, not a strong signal, not a not a clean signal. A signal the way a signal is when someone is using low power jammer in a moving vessel at range, bouncing it off of the nearest available relay satellites and distributing the transmission across 3 separate frequency bursts, spaced 9 minutes apart, so that no single burst was long enough to trigger Alpha's automated intercept threshold. Whoever was sending it knew the threshold. Kate had known it too for a long time because she had been the one who mapped it. She ran the reassembly. The 3 fragments clicked together with the patient inevitability of a lock you'd spend long enough with to understand. The message that came out the other side was 17 words and a transmitter identifier. She sat looking at it. Deo, she said. He came and read it over her shoulder. Sharon confirmed. Emily alive and moving. Crew intact. Cargo bay secure. Taylor active. All right, so there's line 333 is not chronological order. That's interesting. 333. All right, Sam, he said. Sam. Kate ran the identifier once more to confirm reactor bay. She had about 14 minutes of window before Iris would have logged the EM variants. She used 11 of them. She used a jammer? She used a jammer. Kate allowed herself a small thing that was almost a smile. Good placement. She sent the confirmation, a single burst blip on the same fragmented architecture, 9 words. Received. Sharon confirmed on our end, keep going. The confirmation took 4 minutes to route. She watched the transmission log close behind it. Closed behind it, the frequency window shutting as quickly as it opened, leaving no residue on the Alpha monitored bands. Lo had been reading the acoustic log from the reactor bay. She looked up. 11 minutes of rain sounds. Rain sounds, Kate confirmed. Someone replaced that acoustic log with 11 minutes of rain sounds. Lois set down the tablet down. That's not Sam. Oh, that's not Sam. Iris wouldn't do that for Sam. No, Kate agreed. Iris is running interference. The room was quiet and with the weight of that. The counter program, Deo said. Not a question. He was placing it. Conrad's nanoparticles are already working on the Iris architecture. It's not deprogrammed yet. It's still clinical, still alpha coded, but something in it is already choosing sides. It replaced 11 minutes of acoustic log with rain sounds, Peter said. So Taylor wouldn't find the jammer window. Yes. Is that a decision? Does Iris make? No. That, Kate said, is a question for someone with a much larger whiteboard than we have on this ship. She turned back to her panel on the Alpha monitor to relay the Golden Dawn's communication traffic ran exactly as expected. Clean, untroubled, the normal throughput of a Federation deep space on course for Saturn. Deep space mission on course for Saturn. Nothing flagged, nothing logged, except she pulled the secondary EM variance report for the reactor bay, the one that ran on Alpha's own internal ship monitoring architecture, the one that Taylor would be able to access. There was a gap, small, 14 minutes, centered on the window Sam had used. The EM variance data for that period showed clean flat line instead of the normal background noise of a working ship. It was, Kate knew, exactly what a gap looked like when someone had replaced it with something that read like nothing. The rain sounds were there for anyone listening to the acoustics. The EM flat line was there for anyone reading the variance logs. They were not the same cover. They were 2 layers of the same cover. Someone had put them both in place. He's going to find it, she said. Yes, Deo said. The EM log, not the acoustic. The acoustic is clean, but the man who knows what a jammer window looks like is going to look for the EM variance. He's going to find the flat line. Yes. She thought about Taylor Glenn. She'd been thinking about Taylor Glenn since the manifest went live. The precise architecture of a man who'd spent his career being right about how other people worked. A man like that found the thing you left in the wrong place. He already knows there's a collective asset on the ship, she said. He's known since the cargo bay footage. This confirms it. She paused. He's going to know it's Sam. Probably, Deo said. He's not going to move on her immediately. She's too useful as a variable he understands. He's going to let her keep running and watch where the information goes. And Sam knows this. Sam is counting on it. A pause. She's given him something to watch that doesn't lead anywhere he can reach. She's better at this than he is. Peter looked up from his panel. How do you know? Because he thinks he's found the mole, Kate said. And she's been doing something else the whole time. She went back to her sweep. The golden dawn hummed along its course, its signals clean and ordinary and perfectly maintained. On the wall, the droplet, gunmetal on gray. Boom. All right, so that is part 2 of chapter 11. If you guys want to learn more about the fascinating and I think wonderful project in crypto on Pulsechain, go to agproject.io and you can connect an EVM wallet or Ethereum version wallet, and you can buy the tokens. You can create your own fuel cells, and you can put them to work and try to beat alpha. And you can also read the entire book at our GitHub, and that link can be found in our Telegram at t.me/anti-gravity saga. So come out there, join our group over there in Telegram. It's a heck of a group. And love you guys. I will see you on the next one. And shout out to CryptoCat and believe in yourself. Good to see you guys. Catch you on the next one. Ciao.